Welcome back, Fatal Fury fans. This time we're going to look at the Sega Genesis version of Fatal Fury 2. This one, I would say, is a completely different game compared to the Super Nintendo, even though they share the same name, same characters. The gameplay, of course, and graphics and sound are radically different. While the Super Nintendo tries to focus as being as close to the Neo Geo as possible, the Fatal Fury 2 for the Genesis actually kind of trying to deviate that and tries to be closer towards Street Fighter as far as the combinations are concerned. So they have their basic options. You even have a speed option in here. Go fast, slow, or normal, which is cool. You have survivals, match, game, versus, where you can play as the bosses and go against each other, which is cool. Here's all your characters. Alright, so let's just go with Terry. Go against Mai. Alright. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is the graphics. While now you can't expect the Neo Geo port to be, come translate extremely well to a Genesis or a 16-bit home console, except maybe basically like the PC Engine's Fatal Fury Special, but with the help of, a CD add-on, CD card. It's not a bad translation compared to the original Fatal Fury that was on the Genesis, even though it wasn't bad for the time, but this plays way better, and it focuses on being closer towards Street Fighter as far as combinations, because I remember the Neo Geo port. I was reading somewhere, I believe it was one of the game programmers, and it might have been Chad Okada, the one who used to be considered the Game Lord, I think said when Fatal Fury 2 was being created, there was a combination-based system, but they took it out, and I think to kind of separate itself from Street Fighter, and now true, gameplay, graphics, and everything improved, but it just didn't have that feel, and it felt way too stiff. And then Fatal Fury Special, of course, resolved a lot of the issues that plagued Fatal Fury 2. But the thing is the Genesis kind of brings it back to kind of way it should have played back in the day. Gameplay is pretty good. Control-wise, it's excellent. I think it's pretty good. The moves are fairly responsive. It's probably one of the most fairly responsive to car games I played. Because usually I always have a control issue with these ports. I don't know why. Maybe it's just slow reaction. I don't know. Maybe it's that frames of animation. Who knows? But I usually have an issue with them. It's one of the few games I actually don't have an issue with, which is definitely a good thing. But this, what separates it and plays better than the Super Nintendo version, is the fact that the gameplay is much better. Now, they removed the bonus stages from here that were in the Super Nintendo, but who gives a shit? Nobody cares. The bonus stages weren't that interesting anyway. They're not like the bonus stages from like Street Fighter, so nobody really gives two shits. As far as sound, it's not bad. They try their best to recreate, the legendary music of the Fatal Fury series, but it's not bad. It's not jarring on the ears or anything. I mean, the voices could have been done a bit better, of course, but shit happens. I mean, it's not too bad. They try the best, and it's not too bad. Like I said, the voices can get a little scratchy and a little screechy, but they're not that bad either. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you can always just put on music to kind of drown it out. So, like I said, as compared to the Neo Geo, I think it actually plays a bit better than the actual Neo Geo original, because it does have a smoother style of gameplay and is more focused on combos. So, in some regards, it does play better than the Neo Geo. Now, true, like I said, it doesn't look as close or as good as the Neo Geo, of course. But I think gameplay-wise, it is in some ways superior. But the only thing I don't like is the change of some of the moves that you can really constantly keep on spamming people. That I'm not a big fan of. Other than that, It's not bad. I'll have to be the first one to admit that. So, should you check the game out? Of course. I think it's better than the Super Nintendo version. If you can find a decent price for the game, go for it. Because I think a clean box copy is close to like $20. And I got my cart, I don't know, under 10. But I think it's still too much. But the game has kind of gone up there in price. But it is a decent fighting game because this would be an excellent alternative to Street Fighter 2, the Special Champion Edition, which is probably the best fighting game for the Genesis, in my opinion. So this is a great alternative. So yeah, definitely check the game out. It's just, like I said, it's a great alternative in case you want something different, and has a little bit of a little bit of a not so taken so serious type of charm to it, and it's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to leave you with some more gameplay so you can get more of an idea, and now that'll be it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this little overview. Like I said, it's a great game. I think you should pick it up. It's a great game for the Sega Genesis. It's one of the better fighting games for the Sega Genesis because the Sega Genesis has a lot of shit on it. So, to me, it's definitely worth a purchase. Like I said, you can usually find a box complete for under 20. You lose your cart, usually under 10. So, definitely check the game out if you really want want another Sega Genesis game, a fighting game for the system. All right, then. So I hope all is well, and take care.